isipan ninyo ay independent. Yung sinabi nga ng ating kapatid na wala tayong dapat kulay. At nagpapasalamat din po ako sa mga kapulisan. Huwag natin sasaktan ng pulis. Siya ang protektor natin. Ang mga pulis, nakakaunawa sila. Ang mga pulis ay sa atin mga yan. Ngayon, nananawagan ako kay President Marcos sapagkat si President Marcos hanggang ngayon 1 taon, 2 taon, 3 taon, wala pang nangyayari. Kundi ano ang nangyayari? Tignan ninyo yung blood control, well health, lahat ng mga dapat na asahan natin na magbibigay sa atin ng kaginhawaan, kinurap nila. Ngayon, sino ngayon ang pananagutin natin? Dapat doon sa taas, pababa, hanggang sa baba. So, nananawagan po ako sa inyo, mga kababayan ko, na kayo ay maging sober. Kayo hindi padiktahan ng mga politikos kapag may susunod na eleksyon. Magandang hapon po sa inyo. Magandang hapon. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Nagpapasalamat ako sa inyo sapagkat pumunta kayo dito. Ang mga isipan ninyo ay independent. Yung sinabi nga ng ating kapatid na wala tayong dapat kulay. At nagpapasalamat din po ako sa mga kapulisan. Huwag natin sasaktan ng pulis. Siya ang protektor natin. Ang mga pulis, nakakaunawa sila. Ang mga pulis ay sa atin mga yan. Ngayon, nananawagan ako kay President Marcos sapagkat si President Marcos hanggang ngayon 1 taon, 2 taon, 3 taon, wala pang nangyayari. Kundi ano ang nangyayari? Tignan ninyo yung blood control, well health, lahat ng mga dapat na asahan natin na magbibigay sa atin ng kaginhawaan, kinurap nila. Ngayon, sino ngayon ang pananagutin natin? Dapat doon sa taas, pababa, hanggang sa baba. So, nananawagan po ako sa inyo, mga kababayan ko, na kayo ay maging sober. Kayo hindi padiktahan ng mga politikos kapag may susunod na eleksyon. Intindihan natin mabuti kung ano ang iboboto natin. Kung sino nagmamalasakit sa atin. Yan, marami nating jurisprudence na nangyari. Noon pa, walang nangyayari mga politikos na nagkukurakot sa ating bayan. Kaya lang, naghihinanakit ang aming kanuban ng mga Ilocano. Sapagkat dapat ang Ilocano, si Marcos na Ilocano, wala din bangag din. O kinam apo, awan tinagam mo. Iso nga, pagpangasiyo, at tutumpuyog tayo amin. Bababaan tayo, apo Marcos. Naimbag nga malim tayo amin. Salamat, apo.
May sulita, apo!
Okay, so ang susunod naman po ay galing naman po sa sangkay ng isang kabataan na nais niyang ipahiwatig sa buong Pilipino ang kanyang hinanakit sa gobyernong itong walang malasakit sa Pilipino. Brothers and sisters, listen to me. I have a message, one that the world deserves to hear. I am Emmanuel Estrabera, and I will make sure everyone remembers my name. I was born poor, raised on scraps by parents who nearly worked themselves to death just to keep me alive. As I stand up on this stage, I stand here as a common man, as one of you. I am no fortunate son, nor a political expert, but I do know one thing, The time for peace and submission is over. Look around you. Do you not see the corruption of the government? Their greed. Open your eyes. These crocodiles feast in their mansions, battling their bellies, and building their empires using taxpayer money. These insolent fools plundered billions from the national treasury just for them to spend it all on expensive cars and luxury bags, while our countrymen drown in the floods that their irresponsibility has brought upon us. They know they are, but do we? They are the dynasties, rich families that dominate 80% of Congress using our taxes as their income. These avaricious pigs come crawling back every time we overthrow one of them, just in a different mask. I honestly am surprised how we're still classified as a democracy when we're really an oligarchy beneath the disguise. It is an administration for the elite, by the elite. And if you wonder why, it's because we keep letting them back in. So here's the naked truth. It's not just them. As much as it saddens me to admit, we are more fortunate too. A little dance on TV, a sad backstory, a little vote buying, and we fall for it. We clap, we cheer, we believe. We fall for their lies. We pray for change, but every time we get more of the same empty promises. And what do? We call out corruption, sure. We make edits on TikTok, shame them on Facebook, as if they listen. They already know what they're doing. So now comes the time of real action. Long have we been in chains. Long have we fought oppressors from foreign shores, and yet our greatest enemies walk in our midst. Tagalog, Bisakol, terorista. These are some of the words we hurl at each other when they lead feast on our labor. When we fight amongst ourselves, their greed is away at our savings, our families, our lives. Their sons and daughters, the nepotistic devils. They flex their money stolen from you, from me. So I say enough. The people must fight. Lay down your banners. Forget your petty divides. Christian or Muslim, gay or straight, man or woman, it does not matter anymore. From now on, we stand together under one standard. We are those three colors, those three stars protecting our sun from the darkness that dares to eat us whole. And from this moment on, we face a common enemy. It is corruption. It plagues our government as it destroys the lives of our people. We've seen it all over both the local news and all over social media. Ghost projects, graft, flood control, corruption, tax evasion, poverty. All because they alone hoard the wealth meant to be shared by all. They call us hampas lupa, patay gutom, in front of our faces. They mock us, they flex their wealth, all the while when they feed upon our taxes according to law. This is punishable by JTAN. And yet, these hypocrites still walk free. So one may ask why or how. What is the shield that keeps these leeches sucking our nation's coffers dry? Well, everyone, the answer is simple. It is the system. These laws are written by the same bastards to save their own skin. We already had laws such as Articulo 2, Section 26, about political dynasties, and yet they fester in Congress. Pero the current administration is ruled by one right now. RA 3019, anti-graft law, a law forbidding spending public money for personal and familiar needs, and yet they're killing us while letting the impoverished rot in hunger. Their decadence is clearly violating the specific part of the law, and yet When a man steals bread, he is jailed. Meanwhile, when a senator steals millions, he walks away unscathed, and the next day, you'll catch him doing a TV show. Is that what we call justice? Article 11, public office sa public trust, emphasizing politicians to live a simple life in service of the community. And yet they build mansions from billions of siphoned money. What trust is left when our billions vanish to our ghost projects, when our taxes fat in their pockets, when our people starve? These laws are in place, and yet none of them work, because in an oligarchic state, money keeps the rich above the law. These corrupt individuals break the very constitution itself, and still they face no charges. How ridiculous! Do you see how despite several administrations coming and going by, we're still considered one of the most corrupt countries in the whole world? It's a 1 and 2, sure, both victories. But on the long term, we haven't seen barely any progress at all. Because nothing ever changes in the system. Only the ones who control it ever do. Now pray tell everyone, what must we do if an unwanted tree grows in your yard? We strip it of life, of its source of power, and then we cut it from the roots. We kill it. And as for our nation, we must not go for a strong leader. Instead, we must burn the corruption that festers within. Give back the money they stole and replace